Hello, YouTubers, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. I come to you this wonderful evening because I have some information I want to share with you. I want to debunk the twin flame myths and the misconceptions that are out there. It was just really put on my heart by spirit to do so, especially being a fellow twin flame myself. First and foremost, I am married to my twin flame. And I want to start off by sharing with you my experience, my journey along the way. Okay, give me 1 second. I am learning a lot along the way when it comes to this journey. This has been a tumultuous journey. Okay, I started off thinking that it was going to be all love and light, glitz and glim. And when I say glim, that's short for glimmer. Okay, and it was short of it. I was very sadly mistaken. It was nothing of the such, and it is nothing of the such, okay? The twin flame journey is here because it's a divine contract. It is a divine contract that cannot be revoked. Contrary to belief, there is no severing of the ties, there is no cutting of the cords, and do not believe the people that tell you that you have multiple twin flames. You have multiple soulmates, and a twin flame is a soulmate, but there's only one. Soulmates are 1 in a million, and a twin flame is once in a lifetime because you are the other half of the embodiment of this divine occupation that is called twin flame. So if you are on a twin flame journey, I want to let you know that I created this channel for our collective twin flames for healing, nourishment, growth, and support. One thing I want to make sure that I'm very clear about, and I am not passing judgment when I say this, this is coming from my heart chakra. This is pure love. And with the intention of love, when I say this, I did not create this channel for you to whine about your union. Now, I'm not saying that you don't talk about what's hurting you and what pain you're going through. So some of the people here can help you, because a lot of people that are already subscribed to my channel, even though I just started and I'm still relatively new, have been on this twin flame journey for a long time. They may not have known that that's what it was called, just like myself. I may not have known back then what I know now, but now I got my spiritual boots on, okay? But I did not create this channel for whining. I did not create this channel for twin flame bashing. I did not create this channel for negativity. So if you're here for all of that, you can just basically click off of this video right now, because this is not what it's about. This is about true spiritual healing on a deeper level, on a soul level. This is about healing bloodlines. This is about healing our counterparts. And the way that we do that is by working on ourselves and healing ourselves. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into how I met my twin. All right, so I met my twin actually online. I know that I had a mutual friend of his, and I won't go into the dynamics of all of that because there's drama around that. And I'm radiating love and light at this moment, and I want to stay in this vibration. But it was a mutual friend that I met him through, and we just kicked it like off really well online, and we started talking to each other like almost every day. And I would find myself going to his Facebook page, and I was like intrigued. I'm like, ooh, he's a poet. I'm a poet. He sings. I sing. So I just started to see this mirroring of who this person was to my person. And I'm like, damn, he's like a twin to me. Like, we're twins. Like, everything that I gravitated to, he gravitated to. Everything that I liked, he liked. So there was only one problem. I was married. And at the time, I was very religious. I was not going to, pursue the relationship with him. I didn't even think at that moment or at that time and space that I was even attracted to him. I knew I was attracted to him vibrationally, but I didn't know I was attracted to him romantically. So I didn't romanticize the relationship like some twin flames do at the very beginning. Neither did he. But we knew undoubtedly that we had this ever present, this ever knowingness of this relationship was meant to be in some way, shape, or form. And I remember one day I had said something along the lines that I would find the perfect mate after I died. In paradise, we would be together. We would live forever in perfect harmony, and him and I would be just perfect together. He commented on it. And he said, in that perfect world, I hope, my dear, that you find that one that will make you happy internally. And as a woman, I get so many men that hit on me that come, that are attracted to me. But I just thought he was just being nice because that's who he often would display as the charismatic side and that demeanor about himself that carried in such a way that I knew there was something I wanted to know about this man more. I was intrigued. I was, wrapped up in the revelry. I just wanted to just dig in. But I had a whole marriage and I was pregnant by my husband at the time, my ex-husband. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just shut this down. So I blocked him. I said, you know what? I'm not about to get into this love triangle. Let me just shut this down. Because I know in my mind, this man and I already got chemistry. There's not anything left next besides to take it to a whole nother level. So I chose not to go there. All right. Now, let's see, how long? Because I was already like 4 months pregnant. When I delivered my child and he was 6 months old, I unblocked him. Okay. And he started, talking to me on my wall, but he crept into my inbox. And I'm like, what is he doing in my inbox? Like, really? He's not talking to me on the wall no more. He's like sharing personal stories with me, experiences with me. And I'm like, okay, what do you want? And so one day he said, I am going to call you. I said, all right. 2 weeks later, no call. I get an inbox. I'm going to call you. Okay, that was right before I went to sleep. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think he was going to call me right at that moment, which he didn't. But when I said that moment, I didn't think he was going to call that day because for 2 weeks already, homeboy was telling me he was going to call. I never got the call. And so, long story short, he did. He called me 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And at that moment, I wasn't into my natural journey, my natural path. I was on a journey, but, I was always that type of person where I was awakening and falling back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? For some of you conscious people. And I experienced when I heard his voice, because my son answered the phone. Okay, my 16-year-old son answered the phone. And at the time he was 14, I'm sorry. My 14-year-old son at the time answered the phone. And because my son and I happened to fall asleep that night, we were watching a movie or something, and we ended up falling asleep. And he ended up crashing out of my bed. So he asked to speak to me, and my son gave me the phone. And when I put the phone up to my ear, I was like, hello. He was like, yes, this, so-and-so. I'm like, yeah. And that moment, I felt my Kundalini rise. For some of you that don't know what that feels like, that's like your whole body in your soul having this enormous orgasm. And it was beautiful. And it scared the heck out of me that I hung up the phone. I was a spiritual wimp. Come on, you guys. I didn't have my wings yet. Okay? I was a spiritual baby. I was at the beginning of all of this when that all happened. So I didn't know what the heck that was. I'm like, what the flippity flip flip? I hung up. And so he contacted me through the messaging through Facebook. He was like, the phone must have dropped. I'm like, hmm. No, actually, it didn't. Because I couldn't lie. Okay? I couldn't lie about that. All right. Anyway, we got interrupted. I just paused it because, like I said, editing not for me. Too busy. Anyhow, what was I going to say? What was I talking about? I was talking about him. I was talking about me being in the inbox and me being truthful, right? Okay. So I was truthful with him. I said I hung up. It's 4, almost 5 o'clock in the morning here in America. By the way, he was on the other side of the world. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know if you know that in the United States, it's like where I live, 5 o'clock, in the morning. Yeah, I don't know what time it is there, but it's still early here. He said, "Oh, sorry." He said, "Sorry, I didn't know." I doubt it because that man researches everything. I just think honestly, he was just seeing if maybe there was a man around. Maybe if I was still married to my ex-husband and that he was completely gone before he moved in on me. Yeah, he had a plan. So, long story short, he called me back that day around maybe 10 o'clock I think it was 9, almost 10. And so we talked and he was telling me, he was like, I really could not wait to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, about what? He was like, I'm telling you, it's a sister. Because we were part of the same religion back then. I'm not in religion anymore, but okay, hey, in case you're wondering why I'm saying sister, I ain't talking about no black gal. I'm talking about a sister, as in the faith. Okay. He was like, it's the sister. I think about her in the morning. I think about her in the afternoon. I think about her at night. I'm so in love this sister. I want to tell her, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid that she will reject me because of her past hurt and her past experiences. And me, being the reasonable person that I am, I'm like, no, of course she wouldn't do that. If you just came to her the way that you're coming to me right now, why would she reject you? Am I rejecting you? No, I'm listening. I said, we women are pretty much all the same. Okay. I said, if you just be honest, sincere, you don't have no hidden agenda, okay? And this is really from the sincerity of your own heart. I don't think that for any way, shape, or form that she would reject you. Why? Why would she do that? He was like, okay, well, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm drinking some herbal stuff, and it's kind of like making my nose tickle. Sorry. Hotline over there. I do readings, so I'm always getting inboxes constantly for readings. Anyway. So I'm like, okie dokie, I get it, Artichoke. So you're in love with this sister. Now, at the time, mind you, we were best friends. And so I'm trying to figure out, as my best friend, I know we talk about stuff, but like this is like way too personal. Okay. And I asked him, why don't you just tell her? You're wasting your time, dude. I mean, you're talking to me and like you got a whole situation over there you need to attend. So, like to me, I'm thinking you're wasting your time talking to me about it. I think you need to talk to her about it. And so he was like, okay, well, it's just this one thing. I'm like, damn, what? I mean, come on, you already got my listening ear. I already gave you advice and you're not going to take the advice on top of You know, sorry, you guys. I've got to pay attention to certain vibrations because certain things on my phone means something different, you know. Anyway, so um, enough of that. I was like, okay, well, I'm listening. He was like, yeah. Um, I will call her. I will let her know. I said, that's a very good thing. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and just hang up this call right now. He was like, okay, well, there's only one problem. Deer in the headlight, looking like, what? What's the problem? You, hello? I mean, you just shared all this with me. I just helped you. And there's still another problem? Okay. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, what's the problem now? Huh? He was like, well, she's you. Hmm? Yeah, the sister's you. I'm like, oh, okay. Now what? So at that point, he was like, well, I know this may be too sudden for you. I know you just got out of your divorce. And he was like, I'm really patient, but I would like to ask you something. And I said, okay, what? He was like, yeah, would you be my woman? I thought your ass was patient. That's not patience. That's like basically going in full throttle. Okay. And so I was trying to talk him out of it. I swear to you. I thought of every excuse in the world. I said, it's only been 6 months since I've been out of my divorce. It's not even been quite a year yet. Maybe we can just continue to talk and get a chance to know each other a little bit better. And then maybe we can revisit this. He was like, okay, look. Okay, look. I've been watching you for the last 2 years. I realized that you blocked me, and then I realized when you unblocked me, he gave me the dates, he gave me the time. I'm like, are you a stalker? That's what I asked him. He said, I know that this might sound crazy to you, and I know that it may sound like I have been stalking you. He said, but it was with a good reason because I had my eyes on you because I wanted to date you. I wanted to see where we went from where we were. So at the time, I was free. I didn't leave my ex-husband to be with him. This was all divine order, okay? And this is why I want to debunk the myth that you have to leave your soulmate, because my ex-husband was a soulmate to be with your twin flame. Twin flame. Funny. Thank you, Source. That was a funny cosmic joke. Anyhow, you do not leave your soulmate to go be with your twin flame. Do you hear me, people? That is preposterous. You don't do it. You don't. You honor your contracts. They're contracts for a reason. Hello. Okay? God is not a God of chaos. And you understand that everything in this universe has a natural order to it. So, I am not one of the twin flames that committed a heinous crime on my soulmate and an assault on their heart to be in a union that is toxic and chaotic. No, I didn't. And I would not do that. However, there's more to this story. Even though I didn't be with anyone else while I was with my soulmate, me and my twin have had issues with third party situations. But we'll get into that. Okay? Just pull up a chair, get comfortable. All right. So back to him stalking me for 2 years. It scared the shit out of me, especially him being an African in another country, another culture. Didn't know nothing about the culture. Prejudice like a mother. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know prejudice means prejudgment. I prejudged the situation like, damn, like, do he got my address too? Do he work for the CIA? Is he going to come and stalk me here in America? Like, I had so many valid questions within reason. So, my mind is going 100 miles per hour at this moment. The flattery and all that stuff, that was cute at first, but then I got nervous. But the more that he started talking to me, the more that I felt like, okay, this is a God-fearing man. We're part of the same religion. What could possibly go wrong? So I said, okay, what's my favorite color? Purple. Okay. What's my favorite dessert? You love the Cheesecake Factory. What's my favorite restaurant, period? Don Pablo's. That's when they were in business. I'm like, dang. Okay. How old is my baby? 6 months. When was he born? February the 3rd. Such and such and such. Is there anything that you don't know about me, man? Okay, so I really honestly started to get interested about knowing more about him and what made him tick, what was his quirks, all of that. And so 3 days in, 3 solid days in, I asked him about, their customs and marriage and stuff like that, just because I'm nosy as fuck. I wanted to know. You interested in me, so I want to know the signs of when you're going to want this to go to a whole nother level, because I'm not girlfriend material. I'm wife material. I just got out of a 22-year-old relationship to be on the market again. And I didn't plan on staying on the market for long because I had 7 kids out of that marriage. And I'm not saying that I was looking for help. I was looking for companionship. Most importantly, as a mother, as a wife, just being a mother in general. You want peace of mind, but you want someone to kind of like, be your soundboard, someone to be that companion, that rock when I'm coming home at the end of the day and the kids are getting on my nerves. I want to just be like, baby, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to have that humanness, that human touch, that caress, that intimacy, for lack of better words. So I was looking for that in a nonchalant way. And what I mean in a nonchalant way is like I wasn't like broadcasting. I wasn't interviewing people for a relationship, but if it happened, it happened. So he interviewed, he got the job. He told me about their customs and what they do in their country and how they pay diaries if they want to marry a woman. And I'm like, oh, okay, gotcha. The next thing I heard, will you marry me? Uh-huh. He said, will you marry me? Deer in the headlight again. Like, oh my freaking God. Like, we just got in this relationship. And although I know you, I don't know you. Okay? Like, I wanted to say in my mind, and I did say in my mind, slow the freak down, dude. Like, is this like a marathon or what? That's where I was. But I said, okay. Like you already, coerced me. You already talked to me about this relationship. Okay. Yeah. Now, we're in a relationship now, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, I just got used to the ideal of being in a relationship with you. Yeah. And I'm still getting adjusted to that. Can I get adjusted just a little bit more? Maybe a few days in. He was like, look, I tell you what. He's a charmer. Oh, he still to this day is a charmer. He was like, I tell you what. You're a good woman. I'm a good man. Where's the fallacy in us taking it to the next level? Let me prove to you why I want to marry you. You know how many people wait a lifetime for an opportunity like this, especially women. Who are you talking to like that? Don't be cussing me out in that type of don't do that. Don't use that type of language on me. Knowing that I wanted a man and marriage and so with all seriousness, I am like, damn, he knows what to say to me. Like, I'm an intellectual and I love people of higher intellect. He has it. He got me. Got to get my mind first before I even think about giving you my body. And I really, I said, listen, besides my first, which is the man that I've been with my whole entire life, I've not been in a relationship with any other man other than their father. You gonna take care of me? And when I say take care of me, I'm not talking about monetarily. I'm talking about, are you going to take care of my heart? Are you going to take care of my soul? Are you going to take care of the physical being that is housed? Are you going to take care of the spirit that is housed in this physical body? Those are the questions I asked him. He said, how about I'll do that and more? Just don't make my mama mourn for a dead son if you say no. So he won. We started to date. We were engaged. The engagement was very hellish. I did not anticipate going through the BS that I went through, but I soaked it up, put my chest up high, had my head erect, and I'm saying, I got this. I got this. God brought me this far for a reason. Matter of fact, God brought him into my life because God knew at the time. Although I wanted someone, I didn't want anyone because I was both afraid and I felt undeserving because of what I've been through in my previous marriage. And I felt that maybe I would have the gift of singleness. I would be a born again virgin. Sounds funny, but that's what I thought. So I was both scared and nervous at the same time. So maybe around 8 months of our partnership, I texted him and I said, I don't want to be with you anymore. He said, what? I said, I don't want to be with you anymore. He said, no, I don't believe you. I said, believe me. So guess what I did? I blocked him again. I blocked his number out my phone. Now, let me make it clear. This was not an emotional movement. This was not a feminine movement. This was red flags that I saw and I warned him over and over again, and he completely ignored my feelings. He did not take into consideration how I felt. He disrespected me by keeping contact with his ex after I have completely told him how I felt uncomfortable because we were all three best friends. And I didn't even know that they even were dating until after we got engaged and all hell broke loose. And that's why I told you it was a hellish engagement. And so out of fairness to my soul, I had already been through hell and back in the previous marriage. I'd be damned if I was about to go into a new situation. And it's already a situation. It's supposed to be a relationship, not a situationship. So I already seen the writing on the wall. I said, hell no, I'm not about to go. I said, if I marry you, you will make me resent you. And I can't take you through that, nor myself. It's unfair. It's unfair for what? It's selfishness. I'm not selfish. He was like, no, 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 no. It's not about being selfish. And, he pleaded his case, but I still blocked him. And I told God, and this is a true story. I said, God, If I block him from Facebook and if I block him from my phone, the only way he's going to get through is if it's your very gracious self, because I blocked him from here to Africa, which is where he came from. So if he gets through, then I will take that as a sign from the universe that we're meant to be. That's what I told God. And I did it. Honestly, it was like it was a test to the universe. Show me this man is really my husband. Prove it to me. Not only did I do this once, not twice, but 3 times. I tested the universe with that man. Another time, I shut my phone off for 3 days and he couldn't get in contact with me. He didn't know what was going on. He's all the way on the other side of the world. I was fasting because I was religious. God, if this is the man for me, okay, show me within 3 days. I give you 72 hours. I won't eat. I won't do anything but drink water, read my Bible. So I read about King Esther, which is a divine feminine. I love her. I really embody her energy. And I shared the story with him after 3 days. I called him. And I'm leaving one part out. I asked God for him to specifically say something to me that will let me know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he was the man that God sent me and not the enemy. And the exact words were these words specifically, and I know them like they were yesterday because I wrote it down in my journal. And I said, if he says all is well, my love, I have missed you. Where have you been? I would not only marry that man, but I would stay with that man forever. Because I would know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you sent that man and not the enemy. Called that man. He said those exact words in that tone. I said, oh my God. Like there's no escaping this man if he's mine, if he's from the divine. 3 times, I included God in it. I included God in it from the beginning. I included God in it from the middle. And God is still in it. And I said, okay, I'll marry him. He got through the block. That was my 3rd test of tests. I can't even remember what the 2nd test is, to be quite honest. And I'm not even going to try. But the point is, the block was the 3rd one. And when his name came up on my cell phone, my eyes lit. Like I wanted to just jump out of my skin because I'm like, how in the hell was that possible for him to get through with the number? Not, star 6, 7. They don't get that in Africa. So I'm like, okay, he got through. All right. It's meant to be. I'm married. Even though I see the red flags, I kept hearing the divine say, Tyen, relationships is not about perfection, but it's about perfecting the imperfection. God, don't talk to me like that. You always scare me when you talk to me like that. So I went into the situation. And I remember my husband at the beginning would always tell me, baby, you are perfectly imperfect. And when he would tell me that, no matter if we were fighting, if we were arguing, if we went through the silent treatment with one another and we just couldn't stand each other, that made my day okay. Because I knew that in every way he loved me still. Then we got the test of all tests. The very thing that I feared, just like a Jobette, came upon me. Those are Job's words. by the way. Words, in case you don't know the story of Job. He said, the very thing that I fear have come upon me. Losing his kids, losing his house, losing his valuables, his money, his wealth, all of that. So anyway, I said it. I said, in my heart, I carried this little doubt about our marriage because the vibration I was carrying of other people. What if he just used you to come to America? And what if he's just using you to get a green card? Well, he got his green card and he picked a fight with me and went downstairs in the basement. And not knowing what I know now spiritually, I created that shit. He didn't even know. But I impressed the subconscious mind. And I was supposed to. Because that was a part of our soul contract. Yeah. So it appears on the outside looking in that this man only used me to come to America. So we separated. He lived downstairs in our basement for a year. And screwed me whenever it was convenient. And went back downstairs in the basement. So one day I got tired of it and I put my foot down. I said, guess what? You ain't sleeping with me no more until you come back upstairs. You don't come back upstairs, no nookie. I won. He came back upstairs. He picked another fight with me. He went back downstairs 2 weeks later. And so I am like, God, what is going on? Who is this man? I was like angry with God. Who is he? Why did you bring him into my life? Of course, you know how that goes. We always blame God when, the gift that he gives us is not quite so much a gift anymore. Kind of like our children when they're acting up and you're like, where did you come from? Anyhow, so yeah, he went back downstairs in the basement. So we went on this trip to Las Vegas and, I was a part of this millionaire club, excuse me. And so, we were with a bunch of millionaires. We were doing training and higher consciousness and things like that. And I noticed that my phone had died. And we were in Las Vegas. Like, we got to take some pictures. Like, I'm not about to be in Las Vegas and I have no pictures to show nobody. Like, come on. I'm a doctor. I need to be able to show people where I'm at and what I'm doing. And, hey, advertisement, free advertisement. I'm in Vegas. So I wanted to capitalize on that experience to promote myself. And I said, can I use your phone? It's like, okay. He put his little password in, which I didn't know his password at the time. Yeah, not ever happening again in any of my unions. I'm sorry. If you got to put a password on something, you're protecting something and you're sneaky as fuck. And I don't need that in my life. Sorry. If you got to protect something and it's not me that you're protecting, go marry your phone. Seriously, straight up. Now, you can debate with me about it all you want to because that will be ego. But if you have nothing to hide, why do you have a password on your phone? Now, the only reason why I have a password on my business phone is because I have clients and I have to keep their confidentiality private. He didn't have any clients, even though he's a nurse. Don't nobody call his phone. That's his clients or his patients. Come on. So, with that being said, I go into the bathroom. And, I'm just like a free, charismatic person myself. I don't sweat too much of anything. I'm not insecure. I don't have insecurities like most women do, but I had a hunch something wasn't right. Something was like, self, your husband been in the basement for a whole year. The only time he comes to you is when you want to have sex. Don't you think that's strange? Other than that, y'all argue. The only thing you got in common is sex. Other than that, you argue. The only thing you have in common is sex. Check his damn phone. So I did. I'm like, okay, all right, sure, bet, okay. Go to WhatsApp. Nothing. Ain't see nothing. Something was like, hello, look at the guy right there. 2 people up right there. So I'm like, you know how sometimes you just don't want to listen to yourself. I'm like, all right, I'll listen. I went up. Paulina, okay. I love you. I love you too. I miss you. How come you ain't been answering the phone? Is she around? She is me. Like, that bitch is asking about me. Like, am I around? Is she? I go and I go and I scroll and I scroll and I scroll. I look at the date. January 2016. That's when we separated. Oh! Oh, so that's the bitch that you separated from me for. That's why you went down in that basement. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I was greedy at that moment. So I said, okay, I got him. I got him. This is cool. All right. I got a secret. So I went out there and he was like, are you okay? I'm like, never been better. I'm serious. I really did. I did not flip out on him because, mind you, we were around thousands and thousands of dollars that I made. Okay. You think I was going to blow it for him? No, hell no. Get your money first, people. Money is your livelihood. Money is your birthright. Don't ever let nobody get you out of character to the point where you mess your own self up and you cut your nose off to spite your face. No one is worth that. You hear me? Nobody. So I'm like, okay, I played the part. Being the Empress that I am, I played the part. And so we were out in this, bar area of the Caesar's Palace. And so, I'm just carrying on a conversation and, just being my professional self. Yeah, my voice is different in my professional mode. I'm sorry. This is the more laid back me. I'm a moods person. So, yeah, I'm talking to one of my compadres, my colleague, business partner. And I said, guess what? He was like, what? I said, I just found out my husband's having an affair. He was like, no shit. I said, yes. He said, I just found out that my girlfriend's having an affair on me too. We was like, what? We both sitting up there sharing this experience. I moved my husband down to this beautiful woman. I forget her name. I'm not even going to say her name for the sake of fact that this is public. But I let him talk to her. At that point, what can happen? Like he's already talking to someone else. Um, I'm not threatened by him talking to this beautiful woman. So they were down there. They had their little conversation going or whatever. And yeah, I didn't care. So we got back home. I held that stuff in for 3 days. And then I exploded. Boom! I said, I can't take your lies anymore. I'm done. He was like, what do you mean? I had access to your phone. You gave it to me, right? Yeah. I took pictures, right? Yeah. I said, I seen the conversation with you and the girl that you were having an affair on me with for the last year. An emotional affair. I said, to me, an emotional affair is like worse than a physical attraction and friction and you know what I mean? Because yeah, I can compete physically, but I don't think I can compete with anyone's heart. Are you following me? Now, mind you, this is not my awakened self. This is me back then. He was like, well, who told you to go through my phone? That's when the narcissism started to creep into my marriage. I'm like, you gave me your phone. From that point, it was like open game fucking on. Okay? Like, I am like, you are really asking me? You've been separated from me for a whole year. Did you not think not one time when I was in that bathroom that I was not going to look? You don't know me, dude. You just don't know me. Okay? So, with that being said, he was like, I ain't telling you shit. I said, okay, don't. Three days after we got home, I moved out the next day. Don't play with me. I'm not going to play this game with you, so don't play with me. I moved out while he was at work. He came home. Half of our stuff was already gone. I got the truck. I already have a lot of boys, so I didn't need nobody to help me move. Yeah. So he was like, okay. So he called me. He said, where are you at? I said, I'm at my new home. You're what? You heard me. I'm at my new home. I'm like, you should be thankful that I'm even answering the phone after what you just did to me, ego. He was like, okay. And he hung up. I wasn't anticipating that. I was wanting him to go batshit crazy, like, bitch, why you leave me? 3D. So I'm like, okay, this is something new. So I started to soul search to find out why is this happening? This is not the way I thought it was going to happen. I thought he was going to chase after me, which for a while he kind of did. We kind of chased after each other back and forth, back and forth. Then it finally got to the point where I started doing channeling. I channeled his higher self. I started channeling my angels, his angels, and they all came together collectively on one meeting. And they said, he's going to be leaving. We don't want you to take it hard. It had to happen. It's part of your soul contract. So what? Huh? What's a soul contract? So they explained to me what a soul contract was. I'm like, oh, okay. He's your divine partner. Okay, you guys then threw 2 words on me. 2 terminologies on me that I don't know nothing about. Even though I'm in a higher state of consciousness. Don't know what that is. Can you bring that down to the 3D level? Okay, so they explain what a divine partner is, which is a twin flame. I always told him that he was my twin, so yeah, that makes sense. Okay. He's gonna be with other women. Huh? Say what? Yeah, that's part of the contract. Karma. He has unfinished karma. He has to finish it. He can't finish it with you. You can't give him these lessons. You're not gonna be playing that role. What role am I gonna play? You're gonna be holding him in love and light. Now, I thought holding him in love and light is like the kumbaya. Let me send you love from my heart. Boom! No, that's not holding someone in love and light. That's not holding someone in holding space for someone. When you hold space for someone, you do it with no judgment. Isn't that nice and pretty? Yeah, if only it was that easy for me. It was hard. It was the most hardest thing ever. You're talking about my paradigms coming down and tumbling right before my very face. I was crying during meditation and I'm wondering, why are these angels being so mean to me? They weren't. As a matter of fact, that was the very first thing that set me free. And when I say set me free, I am saying that set me free emotionally, Now, even though sometimes on this journey, I still feel like in a way that I'm in bondage. But remember, it's all about perspective. And the way that you perceive things is the way that you create your reality, because you are what you think. And so they said, Tyen. Yeah, I got my little spiritual ranking back then, because Tyen is my higher self's name. Tyen, you're going to be back with him. I don't want him. He didn't cheat it. He's going to... No, he didn't cheat. But he's about to go cheat. He didn't cheat. You. Yes, he did. He's going to. No, he's not. You just told me he was going to sleep with other people. That's not cheating on you. And I'm like, who did I channel? Did I channel the devil? No, honey. No, beloved. Humans got it all wrong. You're so attached that you possess your attachments. You allow for the love that you have to become obsession. I'm like, oh, why are they talking to me like this? We empath our unions. We take on our mate's karma. We're not supposed to do that. You're only supposed to take care of your own. And I begin to realize they were right. I shouldn't judge it, because they gave me one reassurance, and that's that he was coming back. But he wasn't coming back the way that he left. And Lord knows, Mother, Father, God knows, I could never be with him the way that he left. So I said, okay. I said, can I revoke this contract? The answer was, nope. That's when I found out. You cannot revoke a divine contract. Now, without it sounding like I'm contradicting myself and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because I do. All contracts are divine, which means that, of course, source agrees to it, or else it wouldn't be a contract. But not all soul contracts are divine contracts. Does that make sense? A divine contract is a contract between you, that person, and God. Pew, boom, bang. Nobody else. Okay? Soul contract can be between you, that entity, that person, another person over there, another person at Mars. Different energies for one situation or one soul contract. Okay? Those can be revoked. You can revoke it from here to Timbuktu. And guess what? Like a check, it won't bounce. But a divine contract, you know, that one that you and Source and that person talked about for the betterment of your well-being and the better good of humanity and the soul expansion and growth of your evolution of your soul, and not only your soul that is around you, but the oversoul that is even higher than your higher self. You can forget about that one. Yeah. No matter how much you cry, no matter how much you feel that it's painful, you got this. You signed up for this. And there's no turning back. And don't you think for a second that in your free will that you can change God's will, because God will trump you every single time. So, you want to know if me and my twin are together now? Does it look like he's laying there? Nope. We are separated. in the physical. We are separated only because of me. It's not because of him. He don't even understand this yet, right? So don't tell him I'm controlling this. But see, this is a little game that we have in this contract where Source allows him to think that he's the one that's controlling the separation. But I am. Because I need to grow into the spiritual person that he would not allow me to be when I was with him. You see, I know about the other women. I know about it before he even stepped foot into that state. You hear me? Because I am divinely protected and guided. The angels told me before it happened. Okay? And so with that being said, we're in separation because my father, my mother, Father God, is both a nurturer and a protector. I have royal DNA. You have royal DNA in your blood. Don't you ever forget that. In God, source energy, divine providence. It's not going to let anything get in the way of your soul purpose, not even your twin. Love God enough to know that that is your beloved. That is the one. That is the only one that you're looking for. You're not looking for your twin. Your twin is out here somewhere doing his or her thing. No, you're looking for the divine masculine within, the divine feminine within. You are looking to make the two one, right in the center, right in your heart center, your Christed heart that's lit with all of your chakras that are lit. Yeah, the beloved within, the God within. That's what you're looking for. And when you find that beautiful essence of that sweet nectar of heaven, you would care less about what your twin did or what he didn't do. I told him today I wished him the best in his love endeavor. I found some information out. Good for you. And I'm completely happy. I'm not blowing up his phone. I'm not harassing him. I harassed him a little bit. You know, that's just the humanness in me. But overall, really, do it look like I'm crying to you? It doesn't look like I'm crying to you because I'm not. I'm not because I realize the divinity that's within myself. I realize that me and my twin are always together physically and emotionally and spiritually and every elite. I came into separation with him twice, or 3 times, sorry, in the physical. And the first time it was hell. Second time it was, oh God, I still think about it. It was beautiful. It wasn't at the beginning, but we had 2 good days that we made our precious baby, who has passed on. I didn't get a chance to keep the pregnancy, but it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience, and I'm glad that I got a chance to have a reunion, even though it only lasted 2 days. It's okay. I know people there on this journey that don't even get a chance to have a day, let alone 2. So, with that being said, I ended up going back again, and it wasn't so pleasant. I've had some experiences happen that changed me for the rest of my life, and I got a BMW out of it too. Winning. God always sets us up for success. It's never failure. Even in your twin flame union, when it doesn't look like it's being successful, it's the most successful that it could ever be. When Here's the thing. When God moves, source energy, however you want to refer, it doesn't matter. Semantics, who cares? When a creator moves in your life, it looks like chaos. Other people will look at your situation and go batshit crazy and wonder why you kept your composure and how do you stay insane? Well, it's because you know that there is a bigger force behind it that is driving you and that is catapulting you to your next level spiritually. I'm not going to lie to you. If my baby, yes, I still call him my baby because he's my husband, I love him. And I don't love him in a 3D sense. I love him in a cosmic way, like I've always known since the beginning of time, since we've been born, since we've been birthed to this earthly plane. My baby and I. That bed right there will be occupied. That's all I want to say. And there's so much more that I am worth. There's so much more that I can contribute to humanity in this separation that I know I personally cannot even contribute to if we were together. He would occupy a great deal of my time. Creator God knows that. I have to fulfill my divine contract with Source. He has to fulfill his karmic situations. He didn't have to. He could have chose to rise above it and ascend. But instead, his soul felt like he had to go through the dark night of the soul and work his shadow side. And I'm not judging it. I'm saying it in love. And I'm saying it because really, if we start looking at things for what they really are, it takes the gravity of the situation away. But without judgment, that's my baby. Always. And don't get it twisted. I don't communicate with him like on the phone and stuff like that. We communicate through text only at this moment. And it's not even every day. And that's okay too. Because I'm busy. He's busy. And he's working on himself spiritually. I'm working on myself spiritually. So we're right where we need to be. Right on the timeline where we need to be. I promise you, whenever I'm ready for him to come home, I know without a shadow of a doubt and with certainty, I can call him in. Think about it, you guys. I'm going to tell you one secret about this twin flame journey. You want to know what that secret is? It's going to blow your mind. This is what Source told me. You know how you have the mirroring, going, oh, you should do this for your twin flame. Oh, you should transmute it in the violet flame. You should do this. You should do that. The Creator told me, remember who you are. That's one thing. That's the first one. From this point, do everything with love, justice, and compassion. That's 3. 2, sorry. And the third thing, jumping ahead of myself. Do absolutely nothing. Do nothing. What the hell did you do to get this person? You didn't do all this shit that we're doing right now and that we're being told to do in the twin flame community. Do absolutely nothing. Surrender. That's the third thing. When you surrender, you do nothing. You do no thing at all. That is how you get your union with your twin. And I'm not talking about on a physical plane or within, physically. How do I know? Because when I did nothing and I listened to those inner promptings when Source Energy told me to drive my behind from here all the way to Boston, Massachusetts, and I drove. got a chance to see my man. I ain't calling. You guys, I never called him, not I promise you. I never called my twin, not once, not twice, not 3 times to let him know I was on my way. I texted, okay, the third time I did. The third time I texted to let him know I was coming, but he didn't believe me. Okay, how about that? So basically it's like not texting him at all because he didn't believe me anyway. But my point is this, and I want you to listen up. I want you to hear me. I want you to understand and understand what I'm about to say to you. If you want to get out of this pain game and this hamster and gerbil wheel, this cycle, if you really want to break it, do absolutely nothing at all. That means don't call, don't text, don't do anything. Pull back the reins. Act like as if you never met that person. Seriously. That's how you brought them into your experience in the beginning anyway. Remember, you had to become who you were at the beginning, but on a higher vibrational level, because this is about leveling up. 2019 is the year of expansion and growth. It's about leveling up. So you are supposed to become the person that he was attracted to, she was attracted to from the very beginning, magnetized by 10. Okay? That's it. That's how you come into union. I know what I'm talking about. You guys, it's only been a year and a half for me and my baby. Okay? I promise you, I can guarantee you, it won't make it to 2. It won't make it to 2 years. I am allowing for what was in his bloodline to take its course. It's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in a week. And it wasn't going to happen in just a few months. It had to take a total of almost 2 years for it to get out of his bloodline. I know what I'm talking about because let me tell you, my spiritual team are tight. They are on it. I do nothing. You do nothing. You call your angels and you call your guides to do the spiritual work. You don't do the spiritual work. What all do you know about the spiritual realm? Do you know? Do you know how to do everything in the spiritual realm? No, you don't. You call an expert. When you want a reader to know about your future and you're not a psychic, guess who you contact and hire? A psychic. If you want someone to fix your plumbing and there's something wrong with your plumbing because your toilet is backing up and there's roots that are growing in a yard that's backing your toilet up, are you going to go outside and dig the roots up yourself? No, you're going to call a plumber. You guys, you have to let go of control. That is how you get your spiritual ranking. You ain't controlling nothing. The more you control, tell me the universe don't push back. The universe does give you pushback. I know. Every time that you are met with resistance, I'm sorry, because I'm not channeling any of this right now at this moment, but I feel like Source is trying to come through. Anytime that you are met with resistance and you try to go against the grain, you're going to always be met with defeat. Because it was designed that way. It was designed that way to get you to understand and understand that you are out of alignment with Source. You have to get back in alignment. And once you are, you will feel the ebb and the flow so gently, so sweetly in the fabric of life. You and God are consciously creating this beautiful union, this beautiful dream, this beautiful reality, just waiting to be birthed, waiting to have its experience through your vessel, through your body, through your soul, for the consciousness of all that is involved. for humanity alike. Do nothing. Did you do anything to get your love at the beginning? No. You just simply being yourself. And that's what got you into this beautiful union. I call it beautiful no matter how many people say otherwise, because it is beautiful indeed. So, I'm going to leave this with you. I hope this impressed upon your mind. Stop it. Stop trying to control this by doing this and doing that, and just be in love. Because love is all it is. And ask yourself, what would love do? What will love do? I can't answer that for you, only you can.